Racist officer stops black pilot. His daughter pays the price. Imagine being stopped just because of the color of your skin. But what if that delay cost someone their life? A black pilot was on his way to fly a plane carrying hundreds of passengers. One of them was the cop's own daughter. But the officer's racist actions caused a delay he'd never forget. Watch till the end to see how karma hit him harder than he ever imagined. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more powerful stories. Michael Carter, a respected airline pilot, was driving to the airport for Flight 187. Calm and disciplined, he was never late for a flight. As he cruised along a rural road, flashing lights appeared in his rearview mirror. He hadn't been speeding, but he pulled over. Officer Brad Thompson, known for his arrogance and prejudice, approached, license and registration. He demanded, voice sharp, "Good morning, officer. May I ask why I've been stopped?" Michael replied politely. Brad narrowed his eyes. "I'll ask the questions. Where are you headed in such a hurry?" "I'm a pilot. I'm scheduled to fly this morning," Michael explained. Brad smirked. "A pilot? You don't look like one. Get out of the car." Michael sighed but complied, watching the minutes tick away. Every delay mattered not just to him, but to hundreds of passengers waiting at the airport, including a young woman named Emily, Brad's daughter. She was excited for her college interview in New York, never realizing her own father's actions were putting her at risk. Despite Michael's calm explanations, Brad dragged the stop on, checking documents and asking pointless questions. After nearly 25 minutes, he finally waved Michael off. "All right, you can go. Don't let me catch you speeding." Michael sped toward the airport, frustrated and anxious. He had no idea this delay would change Brad's life forever. At the airport, co-pilot Sarah Mitchell paced nervously. "Michael is never late," she muttered. Boarding was stalled. Emily texted her father, "Flight's delayed. I might miss my interview." Brad, still on patrol, smirked at his phone. Clueless, Michael arrived, apologizing as he rushed through the terminal. "Pulled over for nothing," he told Sarah, shaking his head. The flight boarded 45 minutes late. Over the intercom, Michael reassured passengers, "We'll do our best to make up the time." But by now, storm clouds had gathered along their route, weather they would have avoided if the flight left on time. Hours later, Brad sipped coffee in his cruiser when a news alert came through. Flight 187 has hit severe turbulence and made an emergency landing. Multiple injuries reported. Brad's blood ran cold. Emily was on that plane. He called her repeatedly, no answer. Panic surged through him. In the cockpit, Michael fought to control the aircraft. The storm shook the plane violently, but his voice remained steady. "Stay calm. We're going to land safely." After a tense struggle, Michael landed the plane. Emergency crews rushed on board. Emily was among those injured when heavy luggage fell during turbulence. Brad's world shattered when he learned she was in critical condition. Brad raced to the hospital. When he arrived, he saw Michael still in uniform, speaking with doctors. You're the pilot." Brad stammered, recognizing him. "Yes," Michael replied evenly. "Is your daughter, Emily?" Brad whispered, his face pale. "The delay did it." Michael's voice was calm but firm. "The delay pushed us into the storm we would have avoided. That delay cost us precious time." Brad collapsed into a chair, guilt consuming him. His pride and prejudice had directly led to this moment. He could barely breathe as he prayed for Emily to survive. 2 days later, Emily passed away from her injuries. Brad stood by her bedside, gripping her hand, his heart breaking with every breath. Her once bright eyes were closed forever, and all that remained was silence and regret. Every moment of that morning replayed in his mind: his arrogant tone, his needless delay, and his blind hatred. He realized that his own prejudice had set off a chain of events that cost him the person he loved most. At the funeral, Brad's uniform felt heavier than ever. He could barely look at Michael, yet he forced himself to approach. His voice shook as he whispered, "I'm sorry. I let my hate blind me, and now my daughter is gone." Michael's gaze was steady, but not cruel. "We can't change what's happened, but you can change who you are moving forward. Hate only destroys. Brad resigned from the police force soon after. He dedicated his life to speaking against racism, sharing his story at schools, community centers, and public events. He wanted others to understand how dangerous prejudice could be. Every time he saw a plane cutting across the sky, his heart ached because up there, soaring free, was the life and dreams his daughter would never see.